On everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and child, we finna talk Empire Season 2, Episode 12, or Rose by any other name. Now, I had originally had, I'm trying to tell you, I had did a review yesterday, y'all. But y'all, I'm telling y'all something. I had a problem with it, okay? I had a whole problem with it because child, I had already gave y'all 2 bad quality videos back to back, right? So I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm not putting that shit in the atmosphere. So I said, I just deleted it. Child, it was uploading everything. I had canceled the upload. I said, I will not. No, bitch. No, I will not. Okay? Now, I haven't been able to get that little screening thing up yet. Probably because I really don't give a damn at this point. I'll do it when I can. But, you know, at least I could do is, you know, not have my shit looking crazy. Okay? So, with that being said, like I said, we finna talk about this past Wednesday episode. And it started off with Hakeem having a press conference down there at the Empire. It's time for him to formally announce that he is the CEO of Empire. Andre will remain chief financial officer because he gonna keep him from going broke. Cookie is going to be head of A&R for Empire, as well as Dynasty Line, a subsidiary of Empire now. And Jamal is going to step down from whatever that position was he had, and he gonna pursue his singing career, get his black and white album completed, and you know, basically he going back to the music, and it's all good. Now we got these reporters in here, and what they're basically doing is just asking him generalized questions. And one question came up was, what did he feel about Lucius? Well, he talking about, who is that? Cookie, of course, she always saving the day. Cookie remind me of me, child. You always got to have you a super bitch involved. So she steps in and say that, you know, basically Lucius is working on his music right now, and that Empire and Lion Dynasty stands fully behind Lucius lines and any of his things that he got going on. Basically smooth the shit over, okay? The reporter want to turn around and ask yet another question about Lucius, and that's when Hakeem said, "Didn't you just hear what my mom said?" And that was the end of that damn interview. Now, that very same reporter that kept asking the Lucius questions, we see her over at the set of Boom 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 Boom, and she's interviewing Lucius. Basically, she's supposed to be finding out, letting him explain to her the concept of the video. Child, is some back in the day, prehistoric. Well, I wouldn't say prehistoric. It was before my time. All I know is, to sum it up, is I realized this woman was here trying to dig. She wasn't here to listen to him tell her about the video. She was trying to pry into the fact that, was it a hostile takeover? Lucius didn't see the shit coming, because she kept asking him questions, and he was, you know, trying to answer them as politely as possible. But when he realized, when she said you didn't even see it coming, that pissed him off. That touched the nerve, and he went the fuck off on her as Slickback was putting her ass up out of there. I said, see, people play too much, okay? Next, we see Hakeem doing this power performance for all of Empire's employees, I'm assuming, okay? Once he does this little song that I mean, it didn't do nothing for me, so I ain't gonna say nothing good or bad against it. I'm just gonna say it wasn't for me. It won't get my coin like the last season got coins. But after he does that performance, he decides to introduce everybody to the new logo, and basically it's the picture of him looking up, like, you know, that emblem that Lucius had, okay? Well, he done put his face to that child, and then he gonna actually give us a demonstration of the look. I said, boy, if you don't sit your dumb ass down some goddamn well, bitch, you better. What? Anyway, wasn't nobody there for that shit. They all was looking at him like, okay, little boy with the big shoe, James Colwell, you done did too much. Next, we see Vanilla Love Drop. She coming to visit Andre, and he was telling her, he said, Hakeem kind of handled himself pretty well in that press conference. And Love Drop say, child, I still can't believe that he's going to actually be able to handle running a company like Empire. Andre say, well, the Lord been sending me visions and making me feel, he said the Lord's been leading him lately, and he feels that he might be in line for a leadership position very soon. He also tells her that he had visions of what happened with her the night she fell down that stairwell and lost a baby. He said the Lord is leading him to continue to not let that go and find out who it is that caused them to lose their child, because that's what he been seeing in his visions. Rhonda looking at him like, please get these medicines calibrated. Please get these meds calibrated before I have to go out and fucking leave your ass. Well, she basically was there because she wanted to talk to him about this new clothing line that Empire's supposed to start. And he said, yeah, Camilla is starting this Anthony and Cleopatra line. Well, she feels it's time for her to get out the house. She don't want to be up in the house no damn more. So she asked him, will he talk to Camilla about a job for her? He said, yeah, as long as you agree to one thing. I want to go to couple therapy with the pastor down there at the church house. And she agrees to it, okay? Now, we see Cookie going over there to Lion Dynasty to Hallelujah, right? Sleep back in there trying to escort her to where she need to go, like she don't know her building. And she told him, child, I know my way around here. I got this. Hell, I own the building. Oh, okay. Well, when she get to Lucian's head, Lucius, child, I got him. Loving you is wrong, Lucian, and Empire, Lucius. So I'm trying to keep these hoes together. But anyway, she get over there and basically she get ready to go in that office and talk to Lucius. But before she leave, Thursday's presence in earshot, she tell him, won't you continue to be useless like you are and stop wearing your granddaddy's suits? Child, I hollered. You can't have to go there. He he had like an old 70 pimp. But anyway, she there to see his storyboard for his video. She's critiquing it, giving him the ideas. He has to admit Cookie always had an eye for these type of things. So he go ahead on and he agrees with what the changes she's saying that needs to be made for his video, okay? So then he decides to play this instrumental, a piano instrumental of a song that he had wrote. He ain't put nothing else on, it was just the piano work. If you like piano music like I do, you have an appreciation for that, and you can understand how Cookie was able to tell him that he gave her 3 different emotions in that song and that it was good. She in fact told him, child, it's probably some of your best damn work. You might want to thank Hakeem for putting your ass out of Empire, because you're doing some of the best work you done did in recent years. He said, yeah, well, I can't fucking wait to return the favor back to Hakeem, okay? In comes Andre, and he a bit erratic. You can tell this is where he's starting to take a turn for the left. We starting to see Andre last season and the early part of this season where he just was a nutball, okay? And he's saying that Camilla has cut the budget on Lucia's video. Now, at that point, Lucia's done had enough. He get to calling for Slickback. They finna go and handle this bitch. But Cookie said, no. Give me an opportunity, Lucia. Let me go talk to this hoe. Let me see what I can get done. She at first said she couldn't do that. Well, Andre explains that anytime the budget is over 750,000 or 75,000, one of the two, whichever one I heard, it requires board approval. Okay, so Cookie telling Lucius, let me tend to this. We almost at the promised land. I don't need you to fuck it up. Come on now, Muhammad. I'm trying to get to the promised land. Okay, well. She also notices, we noticed that Andre is a little different on this episode. So she asked him, is he okay? She said she felt like he came back to work a little bit too early, but he assuring her he fine, okay? Next, we see Becky and Jamal leaving out the Empire building, and basically, Becky complaining about Camilla. She didn't had it up to here with this bitch and she ready to quit. But Jamal telling her hold tight. They got a plan in order to get rid of that mountain lion. So just hold down. as he's saying that, here comes this guy with the dreads, and clearly you can tell that he's a member of the community. And he's asking him, you know, Jamal Lyons, would you sign our autograph? Then he goes into talking about, would you sign my flip-flops, because we didn't understand why you flip-flopped on us when we made you. And child, next thing we know, we get our first gay flash mob on primetime television that I know about now. And child, it gets to taking Hakeem's song Drip Drop and turned it into a flip, what it is, flip, flop, flippity flop. Child, I thought this shit was funny, but it was corny and they was not needed. Well, they get through serenading that ass, and then they leave him with them cheap ass flip flops. He pissed off to the max, and Becky standing there talking about that's not even his song. Child, I was through. Becky, that was all you had, girl. That was all she gave. Okay. That was some foolishness. Now, we see Jamal go see old Jemison, okay? He like the RuPaul of this show. And he mad because he feel like Jemison is the one that turned the gays against him. And he's telling Jamal, no, I ain't do that. He said, actually, your dad is the one that put it out that you had slept with Alicia, no keys, and that y'all was messing around. You remember? I didn't put that out. I came to you with it because that's where I got it from. He told him, he said, don't you realize my dad would do anything to win? And Jemison was like, what are you talking about? He said, this is the first time my father has been in competition with me for an award. And this is an award that he's been nominated for 19 times and they never won. He won't that. So you think he won't go whatever route it takes for him to try to sabotage me? And Jemison thought about that. It made sense. And we're going to see how he going to deal with that, okay? Now, let's go over to Hakeem's office. And he in there kissing Spanish Butterfly, right? And he asking her how it feels to be the girlfriend of the CEO. And she said, oh, is that what I am now? He said, didn't we solidify that a couple of days ago? As he doing all that shit with her, in comes Camilla saying she just left the meeting with his sister-in-law and she prepared to hire her. When she cut that off because she sees Spanish Butterfly there and asks, who is she? Hakeem tell her this is Laura, the head singer for my girl group Menage a Trois. And he tells Speller's mama to go on to her meeting, and immediately the mountain lion saying she thought she told him to get rid of her. Didn't I tell you to get rid of that bitch? Why you ain't get rid of her then? Okay? She's saying he's saying that he can't get rid of her like that because she a vital part of Empire, one of their best and best premiere acts going on right now. And the mountain lion say, but Laura in love with you. And he said, I can't do anything about that because ain't you still married to Mimi? He said, what, you want me to be your side piece or something like that? She said she done worked hard to give him all that he has, and once Mimi dies, they can dismantle the company, which he wasn't here for a child. When she found out she was doing that, I don't think Hakeem really wanted to fuck her up real bad. But when that bitch started talking about dismantling that empire, I'm telling you, I don't give a damn how much they may dislike Lucius, but all of them got a bit of Lucius in them. Because you see the ruthless come out they motherfucking ass when you get to talking about fucking with that empire, honey. Okay? Well, next we see Carol and Portia in a scene that I think was just inserted in there because it didn't really make no sense. Now, Carol done did her some damn research because she out the rehab. And she done found all the places along Tiana's tour path that offers discounts to Empire, and she wants to tell Cookie. Well, Rhonda ain't on her job. She hearing about this, so she feel like she gonna go ahead on and run that on up in there. So she grabbed the tablet to go tell Cookie. They go up in there, and Cookie is in the middle of a board meeting, interrupting her with that foolishness, and she tells them that they was in here planning a 30-day tour, a 30-city tour for Tiana, so get the hell up out of there. And they do, but as the meeting's about to resume, here comes Jamal, and he mad about his daddy putting it out there in the street that he had been fucking Miss Alicia, whatever keys, okay? She see him in her office, and he going off about Lucius putting a rumor out about him sleeping with Sky, and he want revenge. And she tell him focus on getting your fan base, your gay fan base back, child, because you gonna need them for that ace of win. And she tells him that she's having a meeting later on with her PR people to discuss Tiana's tour, and she will get them to help him figure out a way to flip this back over on his side so that he can get the gays back. Now, Andre comes in to And here's Jamal's plight about not being able to get the gays to, like on him no more. And he tell him, hell, bro, you shouldn't need no PR team. All you got to do is drop your drawers. And I was here for that. I had got me a kiki out of it and every damn thing. Yeah, Jamal was already in his fucking feelings, so that motherfucker left out of there. Andre did apologize. I don't think what Andre said bothered him so much, because they did get each other like that sometimes. I think it was the fact that he feels that he's lost his gay supporters. But see, that's what happens when you go out and do a whole performance talking about you sexually fluid. You bounce to piss somebody off. Anyway, child. Whew, child. Okay, Andre tells Cookie Camilla want to approve Tiana's tour, and she said Hakeem, because Hakeem has to provide with her something, child. Cookie is mad as hell at this point. She said this bitch gotta go. She tell Andre, soon as Hakeem provides the tape, he can spring it. Well, Andre is telling her, look, as soon as Hakeem give us this information, then I'm going to be able to spring into action and be able to get us some justice around here. She told him she don't give a damn if his crazy ass built a rocket to launch her ass to the moon. And at that moment, she realized she just told her mentally ill son, called him crazy, and she felt some kind of way about that. She did try to apologize as best she could, because we all know Cookie didn't mean no harm. That's just how that whole talk. She hood, and the first thing in her mind probably is what come out her head. First thing in her head come out her mouth. So, child, that's what the situation was on that right there, okay? But, she apologizes, and then she tells him she's got to go tell Tiana herself what Camilla doing before she hears somewhere else. Then we go down there, and Tiana is on stage, turning her backup dancers, giving us body, yada, yada. And I like the little song, and that little booties twerking. They was good, child. I like the song. After that performance, Cookie tells Tiana that it's going to be a slight delay in her tour. It's an issue with budgeting, but it's just a temporary thing. Tiana, she said, I'm not going to get upset. I'm just out. Because at this point, Tiana feel like ain't nobody doing nothing for her. She actually acting like she ain't new boots, and she really still is. But she's talking about he better not be trying to find a way to have Menage a Trois come and on that tour with her. They barely can fill up a coffee house, and it's at that moment Cookie wheels in her head get to turning, and she got an idea. She tell her, Tim, just hold the fuck on. She ain't got no choice no way, y'all, because she under contract with Empire. So if the bitch try to go do anything else, they will sue the new color draws off of her. Okay. Well, Rhonda and Cookie down there in that part where they do the styling and clothing, and they talking, and Cookie say she surprised old Love Drop wanted to come back to work and so soon, and Lord for Camilla. But Rhonda say she needed to get out that house. She can't just sit there and wallow in her misery every day. She can't do that there. And she tried explaining that to Andre, but he don't fully get it. Cookie asked her straight up, how is Andre doing? And she said that he needs his meds calibrated. And I've been trying to get him to go, but he don't seem to understand that any time that he has like a real stressful period in his life, it may require him to go get those meds calibrated so that he will stay on the even field, but he don't want to do that. She also mentioned that they're going to see his pastor too, and Cookie saying she hopes that it work out all right, okay? Then we see Cookie go over there talking to Camilla about Tiana's tour, and she basically plays her into allowing her to open that budget to go let that budget go through, because Laura and the girls are going on tour with Tiana as her opening act. She explains to her they keep Spanish Mamacita away from Hakeem for months at a time, and it's within the budget, so what it do? And Camilla don't want her around Hakeem Dick no more, so she is willing to let that budget go through. So that's a win for Cookie. Later, Hakeem is mad, talking about she can't be making decisions without him. She told him, I'm only trying to save you. And he said he did what she wanted. Lucius out. She wanted Lucius out of Empire. He out. She wanted Empire. She got it. She said she allowed her. She said he allowed her in. What the fuck did I write here? Oh, okay. Cookie told him, look, you the one allowed her in with that vote, okay? So I'm not trying to hear what you're saying. I'm trying to do all I could possibly do right here, and this will be a good opportunity for Spanish Mamacita. Now, Spanish Mamacita sitting there, standing there, listening there. He telling her, I ain't gonna send you out there on that road. Old girl said, me and the girls done talk. We done been chatting. We wants to go. This is an opportunity. So Cookie tell her, girl, go on and get your stuff together. And she tell Hakeem, you created that mess, and if you don't fix it, and fix it soon, you're going to lose Laura and your family. And she left him with that, and she was out. Now, we later on see Rhonda eavesdropping on Camilla arguing with Mimi. So we know everything ain't roses and sunshine on the home front with them two hoes there, okay? Now, Jamal does this performance. Before it begins, Cookie is thanking Jameson for getting his people to come out and support again. And Jameson is basically saying, you know, I don't even see how I allowed myself to believe nothing Lucius was saying, because he done did that shit to me before. Okay? And I understand that he feel like Gay is a liability, but that ain't right. But look, see, this here part right here kind of got on my nerves, and I wasn't here for this because that performer was uncomfortable. Now, I know you mad at your daddy, but you just said the week before that you was behind your dad 1,000%. And I know he is messy for doing what he did, but child, you sat there and basically called your daddy an imposter and said he was inauthentic. And the people in the audience ain't even know how to take that. They was just kind of looking around like, what the fuck? And when he got through, they clapped, but it was like hesitant clap, like how they did Stacey Dash down there at them Oscars a couple of months ago when she came out with that so-called funny one-liner, and ain't nobody get it, but they went head on and started a clap for her because they knew that was what they supposed to do in that moment. That's the same shit he went through. Even one of the people in the audience said, oh, so you saying your dad is inauthentic? He said, I'm just saying Lucius Lyons ain't even his name. Child, we already knew that shit. Y'all remember the end season 1 finale. Lucius told Jamal in confidence that his name was Dwight Walker. How many entertainers ain't going by this? Do y'all, goddamn it, y'all, you know my name, Nika. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? People that didn't make no sense to me, and all you did was really help your dad out, because we see him back talking to that same damn reporter that he had kicked her ass out and called her a couple of bitches and maybe 2 hoes. And he is telling her, I got a story I want to offer you. This bitch is thirsty for some tea. He said, look, everybody know the story of Lucius Lyons, but don't nobody know the story of the White Walker, the orphan who turned into a music mogul, sold drugs to finance his first album and everything. They don't know that side of me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna offer you the opportunity to get that story. And she was like, okay. Of course she gonna want to get the story. He wasn't even faded by what Jamal did, so that little performance he did, he could have kept that. I wasn't here for that. It didn't even sound good, and it will not be one of the most memorable moments in the music side of this show for me when it ends. Close the door. Okay, I feel like I'm leaving something out. Okay. I think I left something out. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a second. I know it was a scene where Rhonda and Andre did, because I'm just gonna tell you about it. I don't know where the fuck it's supposed to go in here because I didn't write the shit down. But they went to see that pastor, you know, the one I told you is Lucian over on If Loving You Is Wrong, and they telling her something about she needs some faith. But I'm gonna tell you, it kind of switched up, and I didn't get where Andre was going with this thing, because he was basically asking this woman, is she cheating on him? And she was like, cheating on you? Where did that come from? No, I'm not cheating on you. He said, well, where were you the other night? She said, at work. He said, I went to your office and you weren't there. She said, see, I can tell you what this is. And she talking to the pastor. She said, this ain't about me cheating on him. This is about his mental health, okay? He needs to go and get his medicines calibrated so that he can be okay. Now, you want to help him. You want to help my marriage. You need to talk him into going to do that. Old pastor was like, yeah, you know, I'm very concerned about Andre's personal well-being. But see, he's not just protected by the medications provided by the doctors. He's now protected by the guy. I mean, he's over the protection of the Lord. And I was here for that. But see what y'all felt now. See, he child. Faith without works is dead. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Yes, you can pray to the Lord and He can make changes come occur. I'm a living witness that God will work it out in your favor. But you got to realize that in order for, okay, it's just like, Lord, Lord, please let me get this job, but you don't put no application in no goddamn well. How does that work? Lord, send me a good man, but you twerking at the club every fucking weekend, and everybody know what your booty feel like up against their dick because you twerks all weekend long. Lord, please bless me with this house, but you ain't got no motherfucking job. You ain't got no form of what we call collateral, and your motherfucking ass ain't even went down there and tried to get none of that. You don't even have shit to start it off with. You ain't got nothing but a word in the air and hoping that it catches God in. He's supposed to just make that happen. That's crazy. Faith without work is dead. If he don't take his damn medicine, then how's the shit supposed to work? It's through the medicine that he's being redeemed, because God aligns us all to be in place to do what we supposed to do to help one another. I ain't gonna go so deep into that. Let me leave that alone. Anyway, later on we see them having a meeting, okay? They have a meeting with Cookie. Hakeem ain't at the damn meeting because he had a PR meeting or finance meeting. He had a meeting. That's all I know. I'm gonna have to stand up. My feet hurt. So child, I'm gonna have to go low with y'all like this for a minute. But yeah, so, and when they come in there, it's a shame that Vanilla Love Drop had to say, well, Cookie, could you tell Andre where I was last night? Cookie say, in my office snitching on Camilla. She said, yeah, in there snitching for your family. So they never really addressed that anymore about that. And they started asking about where Hakeem was, because they need to update on when he gonna get this information that he's supposed to be coming forth with, okay? They need to know where he is with it. Well, Jamal said, I'm gonna go holler at him. So he go holler at him, and basically Jamal gives him that pep talk that he need to go on and do what the fuck he got to do, okay? He said the family, depending on you to come through, you said you was, and if you want to get the respect of the family back, you're going to have to do what you got to do. How bad do you want it? You wanted the CEO position, you got it. How bad do you want it to be about the family? Let me see you, let me see you twerk if you know what you're talking about. Show me. Put up or shut up, motherfucker. So we see Jamal and Camilla meeting up, and he apologized for how he be acting sometime, and he got to adjust to life as CEO. He tell her, I know you did all of this to make it possible for me. And child, he bang a box, okay? After they do what they do, that mommy daddy shit, that was just very, child, that made me feel some kind of fucking way. But yeah, they do that shit. It was just uncomfortable as hell to watch. It was like watching a mountain lion pounce on a poor deer. Child, I was like, oh. Well, anyway, afterwards, she tell him, I ain't gonna be able to see you this weekend, Mimi. He said, why don't you go on and tell her about us? What's the tea? But Camilla thing is, I don't work too hard for this child. I'm about to be able to get these shares. She's not gonna live much longer. Just be patient. And she leave. And we thinking, okay, same shit, just a different fucking episode. Well, no, it wasn't same shit, a different episode. Child, how about Hakeem? I told you, didn't I just tell y'all, all these people, I don't give a damn how much they don't like their daddy. All of them got some Lucius in them, okay? All of them do. Because how about this boy done just recorded all of this bullshit? He done caught her saying that shit about wishing Mimi her up and gonna die. About how she's sticking with that bitch to the end so she get them shares and everything else. Hakeem done recorded it. And he later on tell Cookie and Jamal that when they in that office, and he explained to them that he had to come with a different approach, because that honestly thinking that she's gonna actually say something to incriminate herself so I can catch it on tape wasn't gonna work. I made a tape, child. I made a tape with me and her banging it out. So one, Mimi knows she's still messing around with me, and two, I let Mimi hear her saying incriminating things about herself. About her. Cause remember, Camilla said that bullshit about him Y'all remember what she said? That shit about waiting on that woman to die and shit. So they realized that, Lord, this motherfucker done made a Ray J. But it was a little bit deeper than Ray J, because in comes Andre saying that old Mimi girl selling off all her stock and he trying to buy it up. He bought up as much as he could buy in his name and Rhonda's name, and he wound up having to put the rest of it in his, his deceased son's name. He had set up a trust. He told that man to go on and get that out of there. Child, that shit had hurt him so motherfucking bad. Do you hear me? To do that, he started going into one of them psychotic episodes. He done throwed the phone. He hitting himself upside the head. Cookie trying to calm him down best she can. The boys say, Andre, come go with us downstairs. There's something we want you to see. Now, good thing he wasn't combative, Andre, because he did go with them, and it turned out to be, they wrote a song for him. A very beautiful song about experiencing a tragedy and coming out of it. And it was pretty, child. Had me crying, had Cookie crying, everybody was crying, and even Hakeem's little rap in it was very, very nice. I enjoyed watching it. Cookie go back and tell Lucius this shit done been done. We got this bitch. He said, oh yeah. She said, yeah, he probably, Camilla probably being dumped by Mimi right now. He said, I sure love to see that, and he got ready to leave, okay? When he got ready to leave, she like, where you going? He lied and said he going home to celebrate by his damn self. Lucian wind up going to this hotel room, and the next thing we seen was Camilla wiping down shit in that damn hotel room. He said, ain't nobody gonna believe that she committed suicide. They probably would have, but I got this tape here showing that you just put something in her drink and killed her. He said, I wonder how the police will feel about that. She trying to move around so fast and clean up the crime scene. She in there telling him, Lucius, get out of here. Hakeem gonna be mad at you and everything else. He said, what Hakeem gonna be mad at me for? He's the one that sent the tape to me. Booyah. He said, now how that feel knowing that your prince, your baby boy, just played you to get your ass up out of here? He said, now, I need to go run and take this to the laws, so that you can go and go to prison. He said, see that feeling you feeling right now? That's how prison feels, 10 times worse. He said, every day in prison, you wake up knowing that you could be killed or you could be raped. Baby, she was crying. He said, you know what? And he pulled a gun on her. He said, sometime you might want to make this like a murder-suicide. Cause I ain't gonna kill you, see. I ain't gonna kill you because I got to be the one to talk to poor Mimi mama and them and explain to them what went down with her. And you go to jail, there's gonna be a trial. You're gonna have to face the family and stuff, girl. She was breaking down. You hear me, girl? She was over there breaking down. He told her, he said, well, why don't you just off your damn self and make it easy for everybody? Drink that shit you gave Mimi. Child, she sat there and thought about that shit and knew everything Lucia said was right. That bitch, she gulped that shit. Now, this is why I feel like he was stupid at. Why the fuck you ain't waiting around to see the bitch body drop? If I'm trying to kill you, I'm waiting on the body to drop. For real, for real. I'm waiting on the motherfucking body to drop. And I don't give a fuck, okay? Well, that was where we ended off. Child, I've been talking 32 goddamn minutes, but I had some shit to say, and I've been gone for a day, so I wanted to give y'all me best way I knew how. I got a story time coming up too, child. I'm going to tell y'all the story of when I got catfish. Yes, child, I got catfish. Anyway, long enough on this. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back for the catfish story. Peace.